Have you ever wondered what makes your toothpaste or chewing gum taste minty? What about candy canes or maybe junior mints? You might be surprised to learn that even mint grows on a farm. Today we will travel to Janesville, Wisconsin to find out how farmers grow this interesting crop. First, the crop must be mowed down, as you can see here, and allowed to dry a little in the hot sun. It usually will dry for about a day or two. After the mint's been dried, the farmer will use another machine called a chopper, which is pulled by a large tractor. The chopper blows the mint into a special mint wagon. From the field, the load of mint will be taken to a place called a distillery. Unlike other farms, a mint farm must extract or take out the oil in the mint leaves. It's actually the oil that the farm will sell, not the mint plant itself. Let's take a closer look and visit with the farmer who grows this very interesting crop.
So today we took a trip to Still Harvest Farms and we are visiting with Trip Downing. He is a mint farmer. He raises about 800 acres of mint, and we're standing in front of his distillery. It's a very hot day in August, and it's a very busy place. Thank you for taking your time, Trip.
Yeah, no problem.
So tell us a little bit about what we're looking at right behind us.
So here in the still itself, we have 13 bays, 12 of which cook 2 wagons at a time. One bay is a single bay in case we get an odd number of loads on a farm or something. We can cook an odd number. So in return, and that we can cook 23 at a time, wagons that is.
Okay.
So we bring the wagons back from the field where we chop them. We chop it just like you would alfalfa. Blow it into the tubs, and in the bottom, the steam line coming down the side here, that's pressurized steam that comes in the tub, and there's 5 pipes that run the length of the floor. And then there's 6 inches, holes drilled every 6 inches in those pipes, so the steam goes up through the load evenly. And as it works its way up through the tub, anything that's in the tub that's liquid vaporizes with the steam, comes out the top, that big line up the top, and then from there it goes over into the center of our still, where there's cooling vats, or we call them condensers. They're full of cold water, and that steam hits that cool temperature and condenses back down to a liquid form. And then from there it comes out of there and goes into a separator where the oil is lighter than water, so it floats to the top, and then we skim the oil off and put it in a barrel, and it leaves our place in a barrel.
So how long does this process take from start to finish?
So from the time we get the 2 wagons in a tub and start the steam, it's typically 4 to 5 hours to cook those 2 loads.
Wow.
So it's kind of a slow process. This still, the way it's set up, we can do roughly, depending on how green the mint is and how things are going, we can do 80 to 100 acres a day.
Wow.
But to do 100 acres, it's a long time.
And you said you have about 800 acres this year.
Yeah, 850. So.
Wow. And are those fields close by to the distillery?
Yeah, we try not to get too far away, just because it makes time, road travel stuff kills your efficiency. So I think our farthest field away right now is about 5-6 miles.
How long have you been growing mint?
I've been around this operation since I was 17, so this is my 12th year. This is my first year, me and my business partner, this is our first year taking it over ourselves. Prior to that, I worked for Tom Anfang. That's who started this whole place. He built this still in 1996. So.
Are there many mint farmers in the Janesville area?
No, we're the only ones. There's only a handful in the whole state of Wisconsin. There's under 100 growers in the whole United States.
Interesting.
So,
is there something special about this area that makes mint grow the best?
A lot of irrigation. We have 3 other local farmers that we work with as far as either swapping land or land rent, and to utilize the irrigation that's around the area. Every acre of mint that we grow down here is irrigated.
So mint takes a lot of water to grow.
It takes a lot of water. Yeah. It's a very shallow rooted crop. It only roots down about 4 or 5 inches. So it's very important to be able to give it water routinely, because subsoil moisture doesn't do you any good. So you got to be able to keep that top layer wet.
Interesting. And is this a perennial crop or something you plant
It's
every
a
year?
perennial.
It is a perennial.
It's a lot like alfalfa, how it grows. We'll get typically 3 to 5 years out of a field, depending on disease and bug pressure and all that stuff.
Interesting. So you told me that they eventually the mint oil leaves here on trucks in big barrels, and
Yep.
where does it eventually end up?
So from here it goes to our buyers, and then they'll take it and cut it and blend it to make what the end users want. But at the end of the day, it ends up, this is what flavors all your toothpaste and gum. So your Colgate, your Wrigley's, your Procter & Gamble, anything. This is all peppermint that we grow here. So anything that tastes like peppermint, this is what flavors it.
Oh, very, very interesting. So if this is chopped like hay, in the end of the day, after the distilling is done, there's going to be plant material left in there.
Yep.
What happens to that plant material?
We just dump it back out on a field. Right now we got a field that they took sweet corn off of that we're dumping it in, and then we'll take a manure spreader and just spread it back out. There is some nutrient value left in it. It's very high in your potash or potassium, so there is, and some nitrogen value in it. So it is good for. Plus you got just the organic matter in general, so
Right.
it is good for the soil.
Right. Good use of fertilizer, recycling.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much today, Trip. We appreciate your time, and I'm sure that the kids at school will enjoy learning where their candy canes and gum and things like that
Yeah.
start on a farm.
Yep. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for your time.
Yep.